Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Umar from 7B, and today I would like to tell you the story of one of the companions of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and also the second caliph, which is Umar bin Khattab radhiyallahu anhu. Okay? So first, we will have to talk about his early life. So Umar bin Khattab radhiyallahu anhu was born approximately 13 years after the 11th year, and he was someone who was born to the noble Quraysh tribe, which is an honorable tribe at that time. And because of that, he was very famous and well known for his tall posture and strong abilities. But even though he has been granted that by Allah, he is someone who opposed Islam strongly, which is why he was a formidable opponent of Islam back then. Okay, so if you think about it, before you want to do something, you have to pray for it first, right? So this is also the case with the conversion of Umar radhiyallahu anhu. So once upon a time, our Prophet made dua, and it goes something like, "Oh Allah, glorify Islam by converting Umar radhiyallahu anhu or Abu Jahal." And it turns out Allah's plans were for Umar radhiyallahu anhu. So his conversion is quite long, but it goes something like this. One day, Umar, he wanted to go kill the Prophet. He was walking, and all of a sudden, while he was walking, he met his friend. So his friend asked him, "Oh Umar, where are you going?" And then Umar said, "I want to kill Muhammad." And then his friend told him that, "Don't you know your sister and your sister's husband has converted into Muhammad's religion?" Being shocked and angry, he immediately rerouted and instead went to his sister's house. When he arrived, his sister and her husband were learning along the Quran with another companion. So when he heard that, Umar immediately banged on the door loudly, thus shocking them. And of course, they hid the paper. After some time has gone by, his sister opened the door. And when his sister opened the door, Umar immediately asked, "What did I just hear?" And after some time and some negotiations, Umar's sister was disappointed of Umar's behavior. And after some time, when Umar has already cooled off a little, he wanted to know the paper and he wanted to read the paper. But his sister told him that he has to purify himself first by taking a bath. So Umar took a bath. And then after that, he read the paper, which apparently is Surah Taha. And then, when he was reading it, he realized something like, "Oh, these aren't man-made words. Like, these are truly words from God." So, because of this, he immediately went to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's house, and then he declared his faith. But this time, he called him Rasulullah, which literally translates to the messenger of God. And then, now he has converted to Islam, just like what our Prophet did. physical abilities, which is why he contributed to a lot of battles, including the Battle of Badr, the Battle of Uhud, and the Battle of Khattab. And he also was one of the 10 companions that were promised paradise by our Prophet. Okay. So now we will talk about his leadership. As I mentioned before, he was the second caliph. So before, our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was the leader of the caliphate, and when he died, it changed to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and then it changed to Umar. So as the second caliph, he was someone who obeyed rules. He introduced new laws so that everyone, even including him, was held accountable under the law. Even once, he was offered a fancy bed, but he rejected it and told the person who brought it to him to return it. And also, when his people were starving, he refused to eat because he said something like, "If my people does not eat, then I shall not eat." So even though he has a good contribution, he still is humble. Even such high leadership, he still feels humility.
Look at Alim. How long is that?
So his death. So as all we know, Allah mentioned it in the Quran that every soul shall taste death. And this is also what happened with Umar radiallahu anhu. So when he was leading the Fajr prayer back then, he was reading the Quran, of course he was leading the prayer, but all of a sudden a Persian slave killed him. So he went to the side of the mosque and he told the other companions to continue praying. After they had finished praying, he asked one of the companions, "Who has killed me?" After that companion looked around for a little bit, he said, "It's a Persian slave." And so Umar became grateful because he wanted to die as a martyr, and Allah exactly gave him that. And then, after that, he knew that he was going to die. So he immediately did everything he could. And after that, he was tested by giving him some drinks, which included water, milk, and an infused water with fruits. But all of them left his wound. And then, at the last moment of his death, he said to his son, "Put my cheek on the ground." And that's what his son did. And thus, he died as a martyr. And the conclusion is, even though someone was quite bad and he was someone who opposed Islam strongly, he can change. This proves that everyone can change, even though they're the baddest person alive. And even with such leadership, you need to feel humility. And Umar's story proves that being a leader is hard. Okay, so I guess that's all from me. I'm incredibly sorry if there's a lot of mistakes during my storytelling. Whatever is good comes from Allah, and whatever is bad comes from me and Shaitan. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, good job. Thank you.